and how they changed momentum with about 5 minutes to go?
Yeah, a couple of them were not good. You know, the two I was more disappointed about is you know, we had a little bit of mishap by our bench there, and Scotty threw it to Boynton as he was cutting, which was disappointing. And then the one that was really disappointing to me, because sometimes that happens, the one that was really disappointing is we call a timeout, and we got Prather, you know, pretty much wide open on a lob, and it's wide open. And the execution of Scotty's pass, throwing a lefty pass up in the air like that, instead of being more fundamentally sound and, you know, getting it up there like that, those two probably hurt us. Murphy had a drive, which I thought he was being aggressive on. But I thought the biggest problem for us at the end of the game was I think we were 1 for 10, and I thought we had pretty decent looks. We had Patrick Young. We ran a play for him, and we got him a layup. He missed it. He missed a jump hook up front. Scotty got in the lane. He missed a runner as well. And, you know, Boynton, I thought, had a decent look to tie the game. You know, at some point, someone's going to have to step up and make a shot in those situations. I actually thought that defensively, you know, maybe like some other games where we've broken down and given up way too many points to close out a game, you know, I thought we defended pretty well. We had a foul, you know, when they were taken out on the side up 2. But for the most part, we defended pretty well. We just couldn't make it. Even if we get, you know, you don't need to shoot 50%, but if we make a couple chippies around the basket and maybe one jump shot, you know, you're right there probably to win the game, and you probably do win the game.
Really, how much?
Has made hay when Cauley Stein was on the bench in foul trouble in the post. A lot tougher sledding when he was in there. What kind of an impact did he make? And you know, down the end, you said, you know, he had some close looks around the basket. It seemed like he even altered some of those shots he didn't block.
He altered Wilbekin's drive. I don't think he altered Patrick Young's shot at all, or I don't think he altered Scotty's shot. He didn't jump on Scotty's. I think he was worried about coming up and leaving Young open for maybe a lob or a dump down pass, so he kind of faked at him. But, you know, he's long, he's athletic. I thought he played a very good game. He obviously, I think, still got a ways to go. Still got a ways to go, I think, offensively, but I love his energy and his motor and the way he plays. Really? You know, I don't know. I mean, I think they certainly have a lot of individual talented pieces. You know, there's no question about that. I think when you take a guy like Nerlens Noel off the floor, you know, it would be like us having to play the rest of our season without Patrick Young. This is very difficult to do. You know, with Nerlens, you know, they're extremely special because you can play he and Stein together. Certainly it's tough to score around the basket with those two guys. You know, I think that they're good enough Kentucky talent-wise to play with anybody. You know, I don't know, you know, I haven't seen everybody out there in the country, but it's hard when you lose a player like that. You have to adjust so many different things because you can't use Wilcher like you used to use Wilcher, because he gets exposed a lot more defensively. You know, whether it's out on the perimeter, you know, he's really skilled and gifted offensively, but sometimes defensively, when you got Stein away from the basket and Wilcher's, you know, having to guard the ball, that sometimes is challenging for them. So, you know, can they beat anybody? Absolutely, they're talented and gifted enough, but I think they're probably still learning how to play without Nerlens.